Crypto.XL, where we uncover the hidden gems of the crypto market. Are you ready to discover the next big thing in investing? Get ready to embark on an exhilarating journey with us as we hunt for small-cap coins with the potential to explode. Join us as we dive deep into the world of small-cap cryptocurrencies, exploring their untapped potential and uncovering opportunities for growth that could turn your investment into a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned investor looking for the next big winner or a newcomer eager to learn the ropes, Crypto.XL is your ultimate destination for insightful analysis, expert tips, and the latest trends in the small-cap crypto market. Remember, this is not financial advice. Only invest money you can afford to lose. Don't miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this thrilling adventure to uncover small-cap gems that could skyrocket your portfolio to new heights. Let's make 50-100x gains together.
And we're live. Good day, guys. This is Crypto.XL, back today with more crypto updates and news. And as predicted, the Ethereum ETF has passed Crypto.XL. This is too easy. As predicted.
And hitting an all-time high above $75,000 earlier this morning as Donald Trump wins the White House. The cryptocurrency.
Wait, what do you say?
Bitcoin hitting an all-time high above $75,000 earlier this morning as Donald Trump wins the White House. The cryptocurrency now hovering just below 74,000. Joining us now, we want to bring in Brittany Dale, Axios crypto reporter. Brittany, it's great to have you back here on set. We spoke not too long ago talking about the implications of the election, what ultimately means for the crypto market, a crypto sector moving forward. I'm curious, as we have heard time and time again from President-elect Trump, that he wants to make the U.S. the crypto capital. Mm-hmm. What does that look like?
Well, I think the first thing is probably he's going to get a new SEC chair. Someone else who is not going to be quite so hostile to the industry, isn't going to sue all of the best companies in the space. And I think on that question is just what happens to all of these lawsuits and threats of lawsuits. Do a lot of settlements happen? Do they just get thrown out? Because these companies need to know that they can move forward. So I think that's the first thing. He's also said he wants all the Bitcoin to be mined here in the U.S. That might be a tougher task than he can pull off, but maybe get some more of it here. So that would probably please the American miners.
Yeah. I don't think people understand how bullish this actually is. Gensler said that Polygon, Matic, ADA, and Solana were securities. Solana went down as low as $8 in the bear market. And currently, Solana is sitting at $188. And by the way, guys, if you did not notice, Bitcoin is currently at $75,800, right? We're in November. It's November 6th. Do expect some sideways movement, meaning that we're not going to go straight up. But in comparison to the 8 months of sideways action that we've experienced for quite a while, and we just broke out, and we've retested the support, by the way. We've retested this and we bounced from it. What is about to happen is going to be epic, right? I also want to make sure I tie it back to what this gentleman just said about Gensler no longer being chair of the SEC. And what this means is that your altcoins, your degen $10 million market cap altcoins, your $2 million market cap altcoins, they're no longer going to be looked at as illegal, right? Now in the United States, we're limited to 3 major exchanges: Kraken, Coinbase, and Crypto.com. So even look at regulation as far as restrictions from US citizens for buying altcoins. All of these things are going to be lifted. So when we talk about the culmination or the heights of the bull run, and for these microcaps in 2025, this is where we're going to get those 40Xs from and those ridiculous multiples, right? But shout out to you for hanging in there, for not giving up on yourself, and for continuing to move forward. And by the way, if I didn't mention it, we have a new president, right?
Yeah, indeed. We might see a lot more bathhouses like we've seen in Brooklyn pop up.
That's right.
All the yeah, exactly. All these things considered, it seems like there was a growing bipartisan move as well to create a Bitcoin reserve. What's the reality that we see both sides of the aisle actually come together over that?
Yeah, the Bitcoin reserve. I don't know. That's a really interesting question. I mean, as Trump pointed out, they could start it really easy by just not selling all the Bitcoin that they have. Will they start to buy more is, I think, a much larger question. That's super risky. But yeah, folks on both sides of the aisle are at least tentatively interested in doing it. So I guess we'll just have to see. But it looks likely that the U.S. at least isn't going to sell the Bitcoin that it seized for some time.
You know, Brittany, it's so interesting, and a great point that Brad brought up, just about the fact that we saw bipartisan support, it seems like, from Harris.
Bitcoin strategic reserve. This could seriously push the price of Bitcoin to exponential highs. And the 5.3 theory, it could challenge the 5.3 theory. The 5.3 theory basically takes the prior all-time highs and divides it by 5.3 and says that the amount of multiples that we can diminish significantly by 5.3 of every peak, right? So that rule, if everything continues the way that it is, that rule is going to get challenged, and that rule will get broken because we're already at almost 76K. I don't know if you're looking at the chart with me here. We're already at almost 76K. This is saying 75,870. And the 5.3 theory would give us a top of about 80K. Another thing to mention too, I don't want to keep interrupting the video, but everything I'm saying here is very important. If you look at the net realized profit to loss ratio or chart, you'll see that we top out in the red. You see the yellow line? We top out in the red. This has to do with long-term holders, how long they've held Bitcoin relative to time and price. And we top out here in greed and euphoria in the red when the yellow line comes up to the red bar at the top of the screen. And so the top of every cycle, the yellow line is at the top of the screen in the red row, right? So this is 2013. You see the top out here, the yellow line is on top. This is 2017. You see the yellow line on top. This is 2021. You see the yellow line on top in the red. And now we are in 2024, and the yellow line is nowhere near the red. Now, if you look at the duration of how long it takes the yellow line to go from, I would say, gold to the red zone, you will see that, basically, this is about 9 months or so. So what that means is that if this is a gold zone, and you see how long it takes to go to the red, so this is a shorter time period here. The first time here, this is from August and then to April of next year. So that's about 8 months actually. And then over here we have from December to wow, this is a year. From December to December, that's a whole year. But it looks like it almost tops out first. So what this means basically is that this is a minimum, I would say on average, anywhere from 6 to 12 months before we even can start thinking about all-time highs based on this particular chart here, net realized profit loss, this chart. So basically what I'm saying is that everything looks perfect right now for an extreme Bitcoin rally. So Bitcoin rallies first. And then after that, we're going to have an altcoin rally. Bitcoin dominance is approximately 60 right now. It's in the resistance area. We have a few weeks, maybe at the worst case scenario, until the end of this year before the altcoins start to rally hard, meaning until Bitcoin dominance comes down from its highs. So we're looking for altcoin season, which we've only seen two major altcoin seasons in the past, right? And that happens in the post halving year. So the post halving year is in 2025. But where we are right now, we're experiencing resistance. So there's a good chance Bitcoin could end up rallying really, really hard, ending, going into the end of the year. And 2025, by January 2025, alt season to come down, Bitcoin dominance to come down, start coming down drastically. It starts slowly like an avalanche, but picks up more steam as we start to head down. And you could just look at a straight boom like that, and altcoins could really start to rip. And that's where you can get your 20 and 40 X's and etc. Don't want to give you specific numbers. I did say specifically 20 and 40x. That does depend on your altcoin. It depends on your project, depends on the market cap, and it depends on the amount of attention it gets. That all being said, though, just about all altcoins rally during the Bitcoin dominance falling. But let me get back to the video. I know I said a lot there, but this is all important information. And again, congratulations to you for hanging in there. And shout out to the Patreons.
And also obviously from Trump when it comes to the future of crypto within the country. I'm curious then, why are we seeing such a surge this morning under a Trump victory? Talk to us a little bit more about that.
Well, Trump was the only one that was really clear about it. I mean, Harris only spoke to cryptocurrencies one time at one speech, and it was really vague. Whereas, I watched Trump in Nashville say, Bitcoin's going to go to the moon if you elect me. That's a much clearer statement, And so I think that's really it. He said things that he will and won't do, whereas we never got that from Harris. So markets like certainty, and they like that they've given him answers ahead of time.
Do you think the crypto market's confident, though, that he's going to follow through on those promises? Because that's a whole nother question, right? Just how realistic some of those promises are.
I think they're confident. That doesn't mean they're right, but I think they're confident.
Yeah, anybody that says that they're going to send something to the moon, I mean, many people would largely question if they single-handedly could do it or enact a policy. So it's going to come down to other elements of the businesses that you were mentioning as well, that are looking to scale up and make sure that they can woo potential crypto investors and holders in the future. It's going to come down to potentially the utilization. Is there anticipated to be any major movement in utilization of crypto, which would perhaps give it more of commonplace within the transaction vernacular for many people who don't already engage with it?
Well, I mean, around the world, it is being used more and more all the time. I mean, there's tens of trillions of dollars of volume in stablecoins, which are hands down, the most successful product that the crypto world has made. And if the United States, passes some laws making it clear how stablecoins can be used and how they can be deployed by U.S. banks, that only is going to send that market higher. So I think this idea that no one's using it is a little bit of a misunderstanding here in the U.S. We're not using it, right? But a lot of folks around the world are actually using this technology, and I think it's going to sneak up on us. It's going to be everywhere pretty soon.
But a central bank coin versus using what is the largest market cap coin in Bitcoin, I mean, isn't that starkly different than in trying to boost the value of Bitcoin versus boosting the value or the usability or fungibility of some of the digital currencies that are US or even any type of central bank backing as well?
Oh, well, central bank currency is a whole different question. I was just talking about stable coins. So like privately issued stable coins. I think, and that's going to move a lot more quickly than big central bank digital currencies. That's a big question mark out there.
All right.
75,900. $75,900. All right. If you look at the Patreon gems, a lot of our coins are doing quite well. I mentioned Sui from a while back as really strong risk reward. If you're looking for coins that you could get into before they really start to moon, Casper is starting to wake up. We have Render at a ridiculously low price. Really, guys, a lot of these coins, it might seem like you missed it now because you see your coin up 10% or these percentage points. But if everything continues to play out the way I think it's going to play out and the way it has been playing out, the multiples that are about to happen here, even in mid caps, I think it could actually be astounding. It could be really astounding. We have the perfect setup. We have a pro-crypto president who actually has an altcoin in his name, with a crypto czar as the head. That Gensler is out. We're going to have pro-crypto policies. So again, I reiterate, the altcoins for Americans. Americans have been disenfranchised, and they've kind of gave us the feeling that if you self-custody altcoins, that you're doing something illegal. Like, it literally feels like that in the U.S. The exchanges that we have access to in the U.S., they only have, we're at 76K, guys, $76,000 Bitcoin. Just a little bit over a year ago, Bitcoin was at 15K, 15,500. Now we're at 76K. So strategy for next cycle, in the depths of the bear market, 2026, December 2026, you could actually start stacking up on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has literally done like a 5x from bottom, 5x in the safest asset known to man, 5x. Incredible. The safest asset with the highest return known to man. Yeah, so astounding. And another thing you have to realize, if I look at what's the market cap? $1.5 trillion. There is $1.5 trillion in Bitcoin. Hypothetically speaking, we get a Bitcoin that goes up to 130,000. That would mean that we'd have over $2.4 trillion in Bitcoin, approximately. So 2.4 trillion, which means that at the heights of the market, or at any point when Bitcoin dominance starts falling, and I did reiterate that, let me reiterate that we're expecting this by January, the latest, by January of 2025. So if you have an asset that has over $2 trillion in market cap, and the dominance starts to fall, and some of those trillions spill over into these coins here that are only millions of dollars. Doge, which is quite big, is number 8, has $28 billion in Doge. So some of the trillions start spilling over into Doge, and you have another 5x to go from here. So Dogecoin, this cycle most likely will achieve over $1. Right? Elon Musk is the Department of Government Efficiency, which is the acronym for Doge, right? DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. This thing, I think, is destined to, it could 5x from here. And again, please don't focus. I speak in exact terms. I say 5x, I say 40x, and I say 20x. But take it with a grain of salt, because no one knows exactly how much multiples these things are going to do. The only thing I can say, though, is if something has 2-point-something trillion in market cap, and I think we're headed there, and it spills over into the biggest coins, is 29 billion here. Look at Sui, right? Remember when I mentioned Sui way back when the price was not what it was now? It was a whole lot lower, but it's currently at 6 billion market cap, right? Now, Bitcoin goes to trillions, and some of that spills over here. It doesn't take much to make a coin like this go, let's say like 10x. I'm not going to say what I think it could go to, because I don't want people to hold up on this exact multiple and then end up holding the bag all the way down. But let's just say it can go a lot higher, and it doesn't take much. It just takes a slight movement from Bitcoin, and these things skyrocket. Render is 2 billion in market cap. And it seems quite high. 2 billion is a lot, but the price of this was a lot higher. And again, we have more money in the world now than ever before. The last major money printing was last bull market, actually. We've almost doubled the money supply in a very short period of time. And we're about to start printing again. China has a stimulus package where they're going to be printing over $1 trillion and giving it to their citizens. and that's soon. That's like now. United States, they're going to be printing again. Whether Trump or Harris became president, whoever was going to be president of the United States was going to be printing. So if Harris would have won, we would still be printing up trillions of dollars. So regardless who the president is, we're still printing trillions. And so we're about to start printing trillions again. Once we start printing trillions, what you see, the market cap of Bitcoin is 1.5 trillion. Once we start printing trillions again, this skyrockets. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is, yes, we have a bullish momentum now. Bitcoin's at 76K, and people are expecting this huge pullback to happen. My understanding is what we're looking at is just people front running the price of Bitcoin. They want to get into Bitcoin before the effects of the money printing actually hit Bitcoin and Bitcoin doubles. That's my understanding. So in other words, short term, I expect a pump. I expect a pump for a while, and I do expect pullbacks, but I look at the pullbacks as just opportunities to get in before the real pumps start to happen. That's my perspective. So wherever Bitcoin ends up the end of this year, let's say hypothetically, again, take these numbers as a grain of salt. I don't know. No one knows. But hypothetically, we end up with a Bitcoin that approaches 100K by the end of this year. And then right after that, we start to see Bitcoin dominance fall. And then these prices that you're looking at here are going to seem like an archive, like I'm going back in time. This is going to look like a different market. It's going to look like a different market than the market we're in. So again, the coins I just mentioned here, I mentioned the large caps and what they can do, not even the mid caps. All these coins, you go lower down the list, the multiples that I see happening on this list, I'm actually like looking at the prices and seeing what they're going to be. So I'm looking at these prices and they seem cheap. They seem really, really low compared to where we're going. I at this point would actually still be accumulating crypto. I would still be accumulating altcoins, even though I had a position I would be DCAing in. Which positions? Well, first off, if we look at what's happening now, remember we're not in altcoin season, but the Patreon gems, WASD up 36%, ZF 34%, Neural is 31%, Bloodloop 32%, Deep Protocol 28%, Netmind token 27%, and you can go down the list. There are multiple double-digit gains in 24 hours. So the coins that are still not moving yet, Vendetta VDT is down 16%. I would take notes here. WSDM is down 13%. Oh, by the way, nothing I say is financial advice. You're watching this for entertainment and educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a crypto enthusiast. If you need a financial advisor, consult one. I cannot give financial advice. But as a crypto enthusiast, I do see a lot of opportunity still. And as time continues, in my opinion, I am not a financial advisor, but in my opinion, I believe that as we get closer and closer to the end of the year, the window closes for opportunity, right? I don't want to start buying these cryptos or accumulating when they did 400%, and now I'm accumulating. There are going to be people coming, and they're going to be coming in droves. It's going to look like World War Z. The more we go further and further in time and further into the future, especially into 2025, there's going to be so many people coming. It's going to be insane. It's going to be so many. So yes, you're still early. You're not that early for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 76K, but you are still early for altcoins. I'm looking at these look at this market cap here is less than $1 million here. This is less than $1 million. You're still early for these coins, right? So I would definitely be paying attention here. Seconds down 4%. Mirror AI is down 4%. Miria is down 2%. This is a really good steal. 51 million market cap. Yes. And I mean, shout out to the Patreons. I mean, we've been accumulating for quite a long time, and we've been getting these things for pennies. We've been getting them for so low, so cheap. And do realize that a link will be provided. Just go to the YouTube and click on information, and you'll see the link to the Patreon. You can find out what I'm buying, when I'm buying, and for what price. And I usually try to get these for as low as possible, and I accumulate when no one's watching. Like if you look at the list I just gave you, there's no reason for these coins to be this low right now. I think the real reason is that the money didn't flow into these micro caps yet. That's the real reason. Uh, Retail is not here. Bitcoin's at 76K. When Bitcoin starts heading 80K, these kind of numbers, retail is going to start coming in. These coins by then will be pumping maybe 300%, 200, 300%, depending on the coin, maybe more. And I'm not even talking about altcoin season. At that point, that's not even altcoin season. When altcoin season comes, coins at these market caps, I'm not going to give any multiples. All I'll say is that we're looking at double-digit multiples here for a lot of these coins, right? So do manage your risk. Don't go all in because anything can happen. It's crypto. Anything at all can happen, right? If a disaster happens in the world tomorrow, we can't predict that. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. That all being said, though, I would be worried if I didn't have a position yet. At this, I would really start to be getting concerned, and I would really start to wonder, well, how come I'm not paying attention? And you don't want to be that guy that, come next year when Bitcoin's at some ridiculous number, 100 and something. I don't know what number it's going to be. There's no way I'll know. You don't want to be that guy like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this stupid coin just went 20x and I had the opportunity and I was watching all these videos and I didn't take any action. I would put at least, put like $100 in or something, just for giggles, like a lottery ticket. Nothing serious. Even if I was doubtful, that's what I would do. I just put a little bit in. And by the way, guys, now is the time for you to learn self-custody. Get a cold wallet, learn how to use MetaMask, learn how to use Uniswap. Make sure you're onboarded in all of these exchanges because stuff's really about to get real. And you don't want to be playing musical chairs and you don't have a chair when the time comes, because stuff's really about to get real. This is really close to your last opportunity to make the most amount of gains in the smallest amount of time, right? And I don't want to be an alarmist, but I have to ring the alarm. We're getting really close now. We're in November 6th. Everything's happening like I thought it would happen. Not to toot my own horn, but the time I was saying October, and if we go up 4%, October 6% up, it's still up. We're in November. We're in the first couple days of November, and usually what happens right after the presidential elections is we start doing this. You see this, guys? It goes green, and then you're like, wow, I can't believe we moved up. And the next month it's even more green, and remember, if you go like 15% up, you're going 15% up on the prior 6% that you made. So you're going up and up, and then next month you're going up on that. So by the time you reach here, you're like February of 2025, you're up astronomical percentages. And this is just Bitcoin, right? Imagine the altcoins. You're up like 20x or some stupid number, like some unfathomable number that would take you like 20 years. It will take you 20 years if you pinch pennies and you didn't go out to eat, and you sold your car and you were like just taking transportation to work, and you were walking you'd have to be like a hermit, not living your life to make that kind of money in such a short period of time. And we're talking about like a 1-year time period. It might even be less than 1 year. So this is what we're facing right now. So, again, shout out to you for paying attention, to people who stay informed, for people who keep their eye on the prize. I think at this point, it's not a question of are we going to win. I think that the question is how much are we going to win. I think that's where it is now. I think in the position that we're in, it would be at this point. I think it's this. The writing's already on the wall, right? This is before. You have to understand. This is before the quantitative easing. This is before the lax crypto policies. This is before the onboarding of crypto and making it easy for everyone to obtain it. This is before the banks lift their restrictions. Do you know now, like when you try to buy crypto and stuff, you get like a denied transaction, or your bank is saying that you can't transfer money here, it's not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. You need 15 forms of identification and a scan, a rectal scan, and an iris scan, and DNA before you can do anything. This is before all of those restrictions get lifted. So what do you think is going to happen after the restrictions get lifted? What do you think is going to happen when the Americans could now, they can buy crypto again? They can buy the mid caps, they could buy the small caps. Because right now in America, we're limited to multi-billion-dollar projects. Like we're limited to the projects that are on Coinbase. And these projects are like $2 billion, $3 billion projects. What happens when we can now buy the $2 million project? Like DexCheck, right? I'm definitely going to mention DexCheck because I've been bullish on this for a while. I've always felt that it's been undervalued, and it's going to continue to.
Welcome to Crypto.XL, where we uncover the hidden gems of the crypto market. Are you ready to discover the next big thing in investing? Get ready to embark on an exhilarating journey with us as we hunt for small cap coins with the potential to explode. Join us as we dive deep into the world of small cap cryptocurrencies, exploring their untapped potential and uncovering opportunities for growth that could turn your investment into a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned investor looking for the next big winner or a newcomer eager to learn the ropes, Crypto.XL is your ultimate destination for insightful analysis, expert tips, and the latest trends in the small cap crypto market. Remember, this is not financial advice. Only invest money you can afford to lose. Don't miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this thrilling adventure to uncover small cap gems that could skyrocket your portfolio to new heights. Let's make 50-100x gains together.
Good day, guys. This is Crypto.XL, back today with more crypto updates and news. And as predicted, the Ethereum ETF has passed